I'm done writing in my journal and just wanted to come on here and just converse with you guys and just give you guys a little insight on what's going on in my world, which is very peaceful, very serene. It's like a whole nother reality. I truly get to live life according to my own terms. Um, Not stuck down by some 9 to 5 anymore. Using my creativity to make a living, traveling where I want to, and surrounded by good people, people who truly are there for one another. In this season, we'll have to shed people who are not for us, who do not want to see us grow and trying to keep us stagnant, try to keep us, you know, spiritually, I call it spiritually stagnant. So those friends, you'll outgrow them, which I have done. I've outgrown many friends. Not to say I will never ever speak to them again, but, you know, it's very unlikely, that we create close friendships. You never know because some people will grow. Some people will spiritually grow and they'll meet you down the road. So, who am I to say that we'll never talk again or never be close friends because anything could happen. A person who you deem as the worst person in the world could become the most spiritually inclined individual in a year. So life is very unpredictable. So that's the beauty of it. But just coming on this whatever platform, because I'm gonna post this to many platforms, just to give people an insight of just the world. You know, um, life imitates art more than art imitates life. So the Matrix, I know the majority of you have seen the Matrix, and you all have your thoughts on it and how you compare it to what's going on today. But we are living in a form of the Matrix, but it's more of a mental, spiritual, internal thing, if you get my drift. Um, we live in a world where our reality has kind of been hijacked by governments, people in power, systems that keep us in a state of ignorance. And because of that state of ignorance, we, not all of us, but the majority of us, don't even see it, or refuse to see it. That's another definition for cognitive dissonance. The reality in which you were introduced to has become so comfortable that any truths or any other contradicting reality that shows you the truth or how the world really is will be rejected because you are so comfortable in that delusion, whatever it is, that is your world, and you do not want to let go of that world because that is now your reality. That is cognitive dissonance, in my own words, holding on to a false reality, a false narrative that was created to, for all intents and purposes, keep you asleep. And it's done in so many ways. It's done with religion, it's done with education, it's done, through the media, through mass media, the news, all of these things, and we're all victims of it. I was at some point, and I woke up, like a lot of people out here who have woken up, spiritually, from the Matrix, and, truly get to see. I'm just looking at looks like a duck just landed out of nowhere, just skydived into the pond, to the river. I mean, stream, whatever this is, stream. But yeah, so I'm just here to let people know there is a world outside of the one that you were introduced to, and it's high time to wake up or you'll be left behind. You'll find yourself in a place of war, destruction, corruption. Your rights will be taken away from you, and then you'll start to realize, like, wait a second, this comfortable reality is becoming a nightmare, and it'll be too late. It will be too late. You will not be in the environment that you need to be you know, in order to thrive in life and not survive. Because we all are, besides me, and other people, but for the most part, people are out here are surviving. If you have a 9 to 5, if you are relying on, and this is just the world at large, but there are places in the world to where you can live sustainably off the grid. You can support yourself through sustainable means without relying on the system. And the first world is very difficult to do that because you are constantly, money is your kryptonite. You cannot survive without money. You cannot pay bills. You cannot pay for gas. You cannot survive. You really can't, and if you go off grid, you have to abide by zoning laws and state laws, and you're still paying for property taxes, and it's just not the place to be free, the first world. So that is why many individuals are transitioning to the third world, because there's a bit more freedom in these places. Albeit they still have some form, of government that's, a carbon copy of the Western world, but it's more easier to go off the grid. It's more easier to build your home if you have the funds to do so, or you can use the materials in the environment, you know, and there's a much better sense of community in the third world, and it's just the natural order of things, the indigenous populations, the native populations in every single region of the world, have this community mindset, something that's very foreign in the first world. Every man for himself. You can be living next door to your neighbor and not talk to them, not get to know them for years. And it's just a world of a hamster wheel that goes round and round and round. And it's sad. A lot of people live in that world. A lot of people mentally are stuck in that reality. And my job, as you can see from my shirt, spiritual purpose. You should see a little record and the city. I do it through music. Music is my spiritual purpose. So that's an upcoming project that I've been working on. I've been keeping on the wraps, to create an album to speak about the ailments of the Western world, or the first world that we live in, and to liberate people spiritually and then physically. The physical will follow. But yeah, I just wanted to come on here and drop a few nuggets, because this is a new season of speaking up and speaking out. No longer will we be silent. At least those who want to spiritually evolve. You know, I have so many friends, I would say past friends, but they'll always remain friends for me, that I've known throughout my life. That not all of them, but some of them are still in the same state of mind, you know, that same routine of being in the world, you know, but not being of the world, but they are of the world. The world and its monetary system has overtook their lives, so they can't see outside of that. And that is deception at its finest. That is the matrix at its finest. Convince you that the only world you can survive in is a world that is ran on money and operated by monetary systems. And that is one of the biggest deceptions out there. That I have put work out there, my Earth Ascension diaries, so many different social media posts, but now is the season of me just being more vocal and letting people know what's up, because this is the season, it's now or never. Either you spiritually elevate or you're spiritually stagnant or regress, you know, and it's sad. It's a sad state of affairs, to see some of your friends still in that same state of mind. I'll go visit, some friends, and the same old, they haven't changed, they haven't spiritually evolved. They're still stuck in the same loop. And what will happen, what you'll notice is, this is one of the universal laws, so this is how God works. You'll still, those lessons will still continue to be repeated. I call it karmic cycle. If you don't learn from your lessons, you're doomed to repeat those lessons until you learn and you move on. And some will continue to be in a perpetual state of learning the same old lesson for on and on and on and on, never growing, never spiritually evolving, just going around in circles, until it's too late, until they pass on from this life. And that is the case for many people. Still in the same perpetual cycle of learning the same lessons taught in many different ways. That's how it works. These lessons will come at you in many different ways, will test you, will come through so many people, so many situations, so many life experiences, that once you connect the dots, you'll start to see, okay, I need to grow, I need to learn, I need to spiritually evolve, I need to make a change to work on me and my purpose, so I can actually move on from this lesson and move on to the next lesson, because that's how life is. We're ever growing, ever evolving. We are not perfect. We are always striving for perfection, but we are always evolving. And that's how it is. And that's how everyone needs to be in order for us to change the world. We need to evolve. And it's coming. It's already happening, and I'm living testament of it, because I'm here enjoying this. I don't know if you can see this paradise. And paradise starts with your state of mind, because you can be in the nicest, most lush vacation spot. It doesn't matter where you are, and if up here is just messed up and spiritually stagnant, it's not paradise to you. It's only temporary. It's only an illusion. You'll go back to doing whatever, but you have to grow spiritually. So don't want to keep you too long, but I definitely will post more content like this in nature, of course, because it's just a breath of fresh air. Go outside, enjoy life. Put your toes in the sand, put your toes in the water, in the mud, in the dirt, in the soil, in the grass. Get grounded. nature is so healing. People don't realize. Like, I have family members literally in the house all day, never going outside, glued to their devices, their crutches, TV, phone, while I'm on the phone right now, but use these things use them to your benefit and not to your detriment. Um, but yeah, um, happy birthday, happy solar return, happy born day to me. And this is a new season for me, a new season of growth, but a new season of speaking up and speaking out, and just helping others grow and seek their path. And I will join you next time. Probably from the same location, probably from another location, but it was good conversing with you. This is not the last time. Always work to evolve and grow, and it doesn't matter what faith, what religion, what creed, what background. None of that matters. All that mattered is you, how you work on yourself outside of those things, outside of those institutions. So make sure you're working on yourself, you know, and all the background noise, all the people constantly in your ear telling you, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. You're in control of your own destiny. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe for more amazing content. Until next time.